guys, it's Cara back on Cara Joe Plans. Today was supposed to be a paycheck video. However, it's going to be that and so much more. And it's probably going to be a little longer than normal because I decided that how I was budgeting was not working for me. It wasn't wrong. I wasn't doing anything wrong. It just wasn't fitting what I needed my budget to do. So if you've been watching, you've noticed that I budget by paycheck, but then I've also been closing out every month. And what I really ran into that really messed me up in June was I was like smack dab in the middle of a paycheck when June was supposed to close out. And like I had pending transactions for bills and stuff, and it just wasn't working for me. I didn't even close June out. So I have no June closeout budget because it just wasn't working for me. So even after I set up July, I decided to change it a little bit to make it work for me. And here I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I kind of decided that I'm still going to do 2 paychecks, but the first paycheck is going to start on the first of the month, no matter when the first pay falls. You can see my first pay doesn't fall until the 7th this month, but I'm still going to start accounting my first paycheck on the 1st. I hope that makes sense. And the reason I'm able to do this is because I always carry over money in my bank account. I never truly take my bank account to zero, so there's always some left over in my account at the end of the month. And I only have 2 bills that go out the first week of the month, which is they're pretty much fixed as well, and they're not significant. My Massage MV membership is $65, and my sewage bill is usually around $44. So you're looking at like $105. So I know that I can carry that much over. So I just decided that we're going to start accounting paycheck 1 from the first of the month and ending paycheck 2 or 3. There's a couple months that there's 3 paychecks on the 31st, just so that I can close out and only have 1 of each bill on each month and just have a better view of what I'm spending monthly to close out. Does that make sense, guys? I think once I do it, it's going to make a little more sense in my head. But so anyhow, that's what I'm doing with this. So I always leave a buffer in my account. So that was my first point. Second exciting point was, and I've been kind of hinting at this for a while, that I haven't been able to share my debt snowball. And there's been 2 reasons for that. One is that I'm going through a divorce, so my finances weren't completely separated. And now, even though the courts are kind of backed up because of COVID, pretty much everything is set on that, and I feel comfortable sharing where I'm personally at now, with it not affecting another person. And the second thing that is affecting my debt snowball that I wanted to hold off on talking about was I received a settlement this week from my grandmother's estate. And I didn't want to talk about it just in case, well, for like privacy, but because I didn't know when it was coming. Again, COVID. I honestly have been waiting on this settlement since probably last December. So now that that has come and it has actually hit my bank account, I feel more comfortable being able to talk about that. And granted, I'm not thrilled that I got a settlement because obviously it was for an unfortunate circumstance. However, because of that settlement, big news, I was able to pay off 3 debts in full this month. And we're going to look at those and I'll show you what I did with those. And then I'll be able to go over my new debt snowball now that those are taken care of. Also, July is kind of going to be off the chains with expenses because I've got those 3 giant bills that I sent out with a large chunk of income added in as well. And there was some left over. So not that I went crazy and off the trains, but I used some of that leftover to stock up on some things and get some things that we've been needing or wanting recently since I had that. And so yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on in July's budget, and we'll get more into that. So the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go over my first paycheck. So let me move these out of the way for the moment, and we're going to go over my paycheck one. So let me zoom in on this so you guys can see this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for the month of July, I had a starting balance of $1,107.71. And you guys know I've been carrying over a big chunk because I didn't know when I was going to start my job and how the paychecks and unemployment were going to overlap or not overlap. So I had that much that carried over. I had my $693 come in. I still have one more unemployment stimulus coming through, and I'm expecting 1 week's worth of pay from my job this week. And then this one here is the estate balance that I received in the settlement from my grandmother. So that went straight to debt. And okay, so that brought my total income to $23,458.71. And the other reason that I'm okay sharing this dollar amount now is because it's already gone and accounted for. So if there are any creepers on the internet, so sorry, it's not there. You can't come stalk me. All right, so if we looked at my July pay, and I started on the 1st, I still went through the 17th for this pay because I had so much carryover, and I have a ton of bills that go out. Sometimes they get pulled out here and here. So I still counted these in my paycheck one this month. That might adjust depending on when my second pay comes through, but right now I still counted all of these on paycheck one. So for paycheck one, I had Massage Envy, which I budgeted $65, and it is always $65. So I'm going to carry that over to my actual column because I know that one's for sure. The sewage has already hit my account, and that one's $42.75. People's is $107, Xfinity $112.79. My Barclay card, I am paying $206.09 to that one this month. Planet Fitness is starting to bill again this month, so that's $22.06. Spotify $10.59, Netflix $13.77, my van $668.19, West Penn's my electric $128, my cell phone $47, Bank of America $63, Discover $6299.23, paid in full. Apple, so this one I added on as a plan because I already bought it. I bought a book. And it was a book that somebody on Instagram recommended to me, and I'm going to have to look up who it was, but it's called The Latte Factor. And it's a book about money and finances, sort of, but it's like a storytelling book. If any of you have ever heard of The Go-Giver, I believe he's also one of the authors of The Latte Factor, where like they give you life lessons through a story. So it's not like a how-to self-help book, but it's more of a narrative, and you learn the principles through somebody else's story. So anyhow, I bought that, so I'm already accounting that in my budget because I know that I spent that, plus a bunch of other stuff that we'll get to when I get to my expense tracker. So my bill total for this month was $7798.18, which leaves me $15,660.53, which we'll get to a ton of that later too. So I carried that down. And for my cash envelopes this pay, I'm still pulling out $200 for food. I've been doing really well sticking to under $400 a month for food. $100 for fuel, still working out how much commuting is going to cost. So I'm going to be a little overestimate on that one, hopefully. It should come in underneath that. I'm not contributing to my fun money envelope this pay. I still had $45 carry over from June. So that kind of tells me we're still not doing a whole lot of stuff with fun money. So I'm not contributing any cash there. Household, I have $250 on here. I would normally put like 50 or something in my household envelope. I ordered the boys new mattresses for their bunk bed. So 200 of that is going straight to the bunk beds, which I won't pull out in cash. I'll only pull the 50 out. And then their allowances. So my variable expenses, envelopes, whatever you want to call it, at 570, leaving me 15,090.53. And then next, I always do my sinking funds on my first paycheck. So for Christmas, we're adding 90. And for vacation, we're adding 200. I missed a zero on there. I already did these two, so I moved this all over already. Trash, 13. Pictures, 15. These are all expenses that you guys have seen on my sinking funds before. Home maintenance, I added 75. 25 for my vacuum, 25 for beauty, 25 to a medical account, and that's for like co-pays, contacts, and dental cleanings. I'm gonna build up a little fund for that. $25 towards a new laptop that I want to purchase. And then birthdays. I had mentioned in a previous video that I forgot to start saving for birthdays this year. So I'm putting $40 in there. And then I do have some more sinking funds, so I just carried those down here. I'm gonna put $20 in an account for clothes for me since I am working now. I do wanna kind of build up a little bit more of a professional wardrobe. $20 towards Sam's. So I don't buy a whole lot at Sam's, but the things that I do buy there are like toilet paper, paper towels, cat food, things that if I buy one, it lasts me like 4 to 6 months. So I want to build a fund for that kind of stuff so that I can just go to Sam's and get however many of those bigger bulk items that I need. And then 2021 holidays, I combined these because I was running out of lines. This is for Valentine's Day and Easter. I was putting $10 each in, so that's $20 that I want to start saving for. And then my car registration for next year, I wanted to start putting some away, so there's $10 for that. So for this month, I put $600 in sinking funds, which left me $14,487.53 in my account. And I mentioned that I knocked out 3 debts this month. So the other 2 I knocked out were my Chase credit card and my Marcus loan for a total of $11,377.54. That still leaves $3,109.99 in my account, but when we go through and start writing down my expenses, you're going to see that I did use some of that for some of those things I was talking about that I wanted to like get while I had a little extra. And then some of that is also going to another debt. I'm going to make another debt snowball payment probably on paycheck 2. Okay, so let's take a look at my monthly calendar, and this is in my new budget binder, which is a monthly planner that I set up. And I already put my fixed bills on here. So I just want to go through and track what has gone out already, because today is July 4th and I know that I've had some stuff go out. And these stickers, I kind of have some scrap preview versions of them, but I do have these budgeting stickers available in a prettier, cleaner sheet version on my Etsy shop, and that's linked below. I have 8 different colors to meet your budgeting needs, and if there's another color that you wanted, I would be happy to make them, but I do have these available and in stock on my Etsy website. So the first one that I have already accounted for is Massage Envy. So, and that comes out of my beauty. So I do have, hold on, let me get my little card. I haven't clipped it into this binder yet. So I have a little card where I have a code of what each color is, and I just clip this into my binder each month. So let's go through the account activity and add anything that we need to add. And I think I have a cash transaction that I don't have yet. I'll get that in my next weekly check-in. We had my sinking funds go out, and I already have that accounted for. So then I'm going to do a household expense where I bought some stuff from Norwex. So like cleaning cloths and that last forever. I figured now was a good time to invest in that kind of stuff. 202. 32, and that is cleared, and that went out on the 3rd. So just to keep track for when I do my monthly closeout this time, I'll know that I spent a whole bunch more on household stuff. And then that Apple bill that I accounted for, I usually track Apple in household, so I'm going to put that in household too. So let's just do book on, it was like iTunes or something, and that was $12.71, and that also went out. And then Massage Envy did clear. My sewage bill cleared for $42.75, and then I'm gonna do a fun. I bought some printable sticker kits on Etsy. One of the shops, Blush and Indigo, was having a sale this weekend, so I got a couple of her printable Daily Duo kits. So that was $7.20. I got 3 kits for $7.20. And then the other household one that I have was the mattresses. I'm just going to write mattress and A for Amazon so that I know that's what bill I'm looking at. So those were $211.98. And that's going to clear probably Monday at the close of business. And I'm going to have groceries this weekend, but when you do a Walmart grocery order, until they actually scan it through and everything's available or not, they don't have a total for you. But I'm going to put the sticker down so that I'm already ready for that and I can just add in the total. And yes, my life is so exciting that I am going to pick up groceries on the 4th of July. All right, and I think that is everything that we've gone through so far. So that is my spending tracker. And like I said, these stickers are available if you like them and you want to use them. I did change them a little bit. So the ones I'm using don't have the two-tone, but the ones in the shop do have that two-tone where you can write the amount over here. I'm just using the prototype ones while I still have them. Okay, and the last thing I did want to show you guys today is my debt snowball and how this works. Okay, so with a debt snowball, you want to list out all your debts, and if you're following Dave Ramsey exactly, you want to do the smallest balance first. However, I have one that's at 0%. And I had one that is at a pretty high interest rate. So I decided to go with the one that's the high interest rate and not worry about this Bank of America one because it's at 0% right now for 9 more months. So I'm just going to keep making the minimums on that since I'm not getting charged interest and attack more on the one that's getting charged interest. So I had my Discover, my Chase, and my Marcus that I paid in full in July. And I wrote down the minimum payments for those, $122, $169, and the $330.64. So that was $621.64 that I was paying out every month for these 3 debts that is now gone. So this $621 is now free in my budget. So what I'm going to do with that $621 is I'm going to take it down here to my Citi card that had a minimum payment of $187. I'm still going to pay that $187 minimum payment, but I'm going to add to it the $621.64 that was freed up by me paying off these 3 debts. So this month I will put $808.64 towards my Citi card, plus anything extra that comes into my budget. And then I will continue to pay the $206 on the Barclay and the $63 on the Bank of America card. Now I've estimated this is going to take me about 11 months to pay off at this rate. So in that 11 months or shorter, fingers crossed, because I'm going to be adding more to it as much as I can, So when that 11 months is over, I'm now going to have this minimum payment plus my debt rollover for a total of $808.64 in my budget that's freed up. So now I'm going to take the $808 and add it to my minimum payment for the Barclay card, which was the $206, and then I will start paying $1,014.64 on the Barclay card. So does this make sense on how you snowball? Every time you roll over, the amount that you're putting towards a specific debt gets bigger. Kind of like as you roll a snowball through the snow, it picks up a little more each time. So that one should take me, once I estimated pretty roughly. So this will probably take me about another 6 months to knock this one out. So when that 6 months is over, I'll no longer have to put this $1,000 towards Barclay. So then I can take this $1,014.64 and add it to the minimum payment that I was paying to Bank of America and pay them $10.77 a month. So you can see how it grows and you build and you're able to pay more towards one debt each time to knock that debt out. So that is how that snowball works. And then the last thing on my debts is my van. My van is also at a 0% interest rate, so I'm going to continue making the minimum payments of the $668.19 on that. Once my consumer credit card debt is gone, I'm going to take the $1077.64 and add that in to my $668 that I pay monthly, and I will put $1,745 every month towards my van. And if you're sitting there and you're doing debt calculators and stuff, you are not going to get this answer for my estimated debt-free date. However, I know that every month I'm going to get a base pay at my job, but there's also commissions. So I've based my monthly budget on just my base pay. So anything that I earn in commissions at my job will go towards additional debt, because I'm just going to count on my base pay for my regular budget. Anything additional that I earn from commissions will go towards my debt. So that's how I was able to shorten this up and estimate that I will be debt-free by next August. How exciting is that, guys? So I hope that this video wasn't too much for you guys. I know it was a little bit longer than my normal paycheck videos, but I really wanted to be able to share this debt snowball with you guys finally. I'm so excited about it, and this piece of paper has me so excited to work hard and get to, I want to beat this date. This is what I want to beat. That is my goal now. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Don't forget to like this video and click that red subscribe button to get notified when my new videos pop up. And if you would like to get a monthly planner from Erin Condren to do your budgeting in, I do have an affiliate link below. It's no additional cost to you, but it does help me out a little bit and to continue to bring you this content and the Etsy stickers, and I would appreciate it if you'd use my link. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.